President Trump is calling for a total and complete blockade on all sanctioned oil tankers that enter or leave Venezuela. The president touted the U.S. military ships surrounding Venezuela on social media, saying the armada will only get bigger until the country returns, quote, all of the oil, land, and other assets that they previously stole from us. For more on this, I want to bring in CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro. Aaron, what is the White House's objective of this blockade, and do you know more on what the president means by that post in terms of what they stole?
Yeah, that seems to be kind of the basis behind this blockade. The president referencing that Venezuela has stolen oil, land, and other assets. That's a reference to the presence of American oil companies in Venezuela before state leaders there put it under state control in the 1970s. But this is also part of a larger pressure campaign that we've seen from President Trump and the administration for a sort of regime change to get the authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro to step down. Trump supported in his first term an attempt to oust Maduro that ended up being unsuccessful, and said in an interview earlier this month that he believes the Venezuelan leader's days are, quote, numbered. And his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, said in that Vanity Fair piece, an interview that has gotten a lot of attention in the past 24 hours, that the president, quote, wants to keep blowing boats up until Maduro cries uncle. That's a reference to the claimed war against narco-terrorists, where we've seen many strikes on these alleged drug boats coming off the coast of Venezuela.
All right, the president will be giving a speech tonight to tout what the administration considers their accomplishments during the second term so far. A new poll by NPR, PBS News, and Marist College says only 36% of those asked approved of his handling of the economy, with 57% disapproving. Now, the president can say a lot about what they think they have done, like they've been doing sort of in these campaign-style events, but do they have anything in the works right now to address what many Americans are feeling?
It seems that there are piecemeal things that the administration is pointing to. One thing they launched this morning are those, quote, Trump accounts, an investment program where young parents can sign their children up and receive a $1,000 contribution from the U.S. government. Part of that funding is coming from billionaires Michael and Susan Dell, who donated $6.25 billion for that. They're also banking on notable job growth from the investments that President Trump says he has secured from foreign countries in American manufacturing, though President Trump said in the Wall Street Journal interview that he doesn't know exactly when that will kick in. And there's also a continued interest and focus on lowering the interest rate for loans, as we know that President Trump is interviewing new chairs for the Federal Reserve to appoint when the current chair, Jerome Powell's term, is up in May of 2026. But the messaging continues to be a struggle for this administration when it comes to the economy. As you've seen, Republicans both outside and inside the White House suggest that President Trump should focus more on domestic matters rather than foreign policy, which has taken up a lot of his year. We will see if tonight's speech is a signal that he is turning more to domestic matters going into the 2026 midterm election season.
Okay, Aaron Navarro, thank you. President Trump's address to the nation is expected to begin at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can watch his remarks live here on CBS News 24/7 and on Paramount+. We'll also have special coverage before the speech at 8:30.